Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Harold Balandra of Untitled Filipino program. So, I am currently the IP focal, and previously, ako po yung CDO3 under Classes IPCDD. So, basically po, na-invite po ako ni Yana o ni Diana may harada po to have an interview regarding po doon sa proseso po o yung programa po natin na pamana IPCDD. Si IPCDD po is tinatawag po natin or from the word IPCDD, Indigenous Peoples Community Driven Development. So, actually mula po ito siya sa programa ng ating gobyerno way back 2011 po, no, na Kalahi Seeds Pamana. Yung pamana lang, wala pong IPCDD. Base po doon sa ating ano tawag dito, yung programa po natin na pamana or Kalahi Seeds Pamana, may nakita po doon na kakulangan na sektor na need po natin na bigyan ng pansin, no, yung mga vulnerable groups po natin, at nakita po doon na hindi po masyadong nabibigyan ng tinatawag po natin na pansin yung sektor po natin ng ating tribo o the indigenous people. Kasi nga yung pamana or the Kalahi Seeds Pamana way back 2011, yung mga sektor po natin is kabuuang sektor ng isang barangay o ng isang komunidad. Ngayon po, for IPCDD, specific po siya sa isang sektor, yung ating pong komunidad, mamamayang tribo po natin or yung ating ICCs natin. So, ano ba yung objectives? No, ito yung pangalawa. No, ano ba yung objectives ng pamana IPCDD? We have again po, the poverty reduction, the community empowerment, and the improved local governance.
Good day everyone. I'm Antonio Pichan Jr., assigned area coordinator in the municipality of Carmen, Davao del Norte. I was assigned also in the municipality of Sarangani, Pantukan, Puston, and Katiil. So I have three questions here. The first one is, what are my experiences in implementing the Pamana IPCDD program? So first, the program focused on the IP communities. So my significant experience with the IP communities in particularly in Davao Oriental, the Mandayas, was meron silang traditional ways of decision making and resolving conflicts. Only the IP leaders, elders, or the chieftains will decide or involve in making decisions for the whole IP community, because that's their tradition and traits. The elders' decision is the decision of everyone. So, meron din silang free and prior informed consent o tinatawag nating FPIC, kung saan kailangan mong humingi ng pahintulot sa mga IP leaders, elders, kung meron kang gagawin sa lupang pag-aari ng IP community. Kasi pag hindi ka nagpaalam sa kanila, maaari kang managot sa batas na meron sila. So, other significant experience and the most important and vital in the program implementation was the conduct of participatory situation analysis. Ito yung panahon kung saan pinupulong namin ang mga IP leaders and communities representatives upang pag-usapan ang kabuuang sitwasyon ng komunidad. Dito rin natin malalaman kung ano ang kanilang mga negatibong sitwasyon, ano yung mga problema, at syempre ano yung pangunahing pangangailangan ng community para mabigyan ng solusyon sa pamamagitan ng programang Kalahi Seeds Pamana IPCDD. So,
kulbaan man tani yan, So, question number 1. What are my experiences? So, sa experience ko, I have experienced the true wonder of the different cultures in Davao region. Kasi marami kasing IP groups na nandyan, like Mandaya, Mansaka, Blaan, Manobo, and the like. So, ang mga grupong ito, they have different styles, they have different culture, they have different beliefs, and to experience them in wide variety, makikita, i-inculcate mo talaga sa isipan mo na napakakulay ng mga kulturang nasa Philippines, especially sa indigenous peoples, no? Kahit sabihin nila na kahit nalalagay sa news is that the indigenous people are marginalized, they have been experiencing torture to NPAs and some military groups. Yes, that exists, pero ang totoo is that they are happy, they are Filipinos, they respect our cultural traditions as a whole, as a Filipino. They are following the different laws. And what's more is that marami silang batas. Unlike sa atin na sinusunod natin is yung as a whole lang, a Philippine Constitution, ganon. But to them, hindi. They have to follow certain laws na only applicable sa kanilang kultura. And what more, as a sociology graduate, kasi meron kasing tinuturo sa sociology yung tinatawag na sociological imagination, kung in layman's definition siguro yung pang sinasabi nilang putting yourself in the shoes of others, kasi parang ganun. So I've experienced it firsthand. So it's like different kasi pag-approach sa kanila. And hindi naman siya in a way na parang negative or what, but they have experienced cultural discrimination na kasi. Even among the people na kasama nila sa municipality, they have experienced discrimination kasi porket sinasabi nila mandaya ka. Kasi minsan nga sinasabi nila sa akin na pag term na mandaya is derogatory. Mga bata nga minsan pag sinasabi, mandaya ka, it's a form of degrading na kasi mandaya sila. So, as a way na anong tawag dyan, to have them love their culture back is hard. It's not one flick of a finger na pagsabihin mo, huwag kayong ganun kasi maganda yung kultura nyo. No, it's not. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, a lot of progress, but it will be worth it. Kasi yan yung na-experience ko.
During the Pamana IPCDD program implementation, I experienced a lot of things. Nagkaroon ko of family sa ground. I was able to have friends. I was able to experience their happiness, especially mahatagan sila og proyektong dugay na nilang gina-look forward na makabuot. I was able to experience their sadness, their disappointment, especially sa mga panahon na dili sila maprayo. Na-experience na ko ang ilahang kalagot, dala na sa ilahang mga pain, for hoping na maangkon nilang nga proyekto. But unfortunately, kung sa ato mga proseso ng ginhimo, wala sila nahatag sa ilaha or wala sila naprayo. But the most important lesson or experience I have with them, gina-consider gid na ko nga opportunity to work with them, is kanang ang kadako sa ilahang paghatag og importansya or bili sa kung unsa man ang ilahang gigikanan, ilahang mga tradisyon, ilahang mga kultura, ilahang mga norms, ang kanang ilahang hope na someday kaning mga panghago nila sa present will be a legacy na ma-experience generation to generation.
I am Christian J. CADOTDOT, former area coordinator of the DSWD Pamana IPCDD program. Being engaged with the program for the past years made me more interested in doing community works, especially for my co-indigenous people. It was a challenging yet fruitful and fulfilling experience facilitating the program.
Okay, the second question is challenges encountered and strategies employed to facilitate the program. Aside from language barrier, differences of cultures and tradition, the most challenging part was to gain their support and trust of the IP communities, especially from the IP leaders. So, unang-una, kunin muna natin yung tiwala at suporta ng mga leaders nila. Dahil pag nakuha na natin yung trust and support from their IP elders and leaders, hindi na tayo mahihirapang makuha yung suporta ng local communities or the IP communities. So, ang ginawa namin, one of our strategies is una, proper courtesy to all the IP leaders, constant communication, importante yon, yung coordination. Isa din sa mga strategiya namin yung pag-aralan yung local dialect nila, kahit sa simpleng magandang umaga, kumusta ka, ingat ka. Kung meron silang mga cultural events or festival, ipakita mo rin yung suporta mo sa kanila. Kasi dun mo paunti-unting makukuha ang tiwala at suporta nila. Then the result, you will have a good working relationship with the IP communities.
Talking about the challenges I encountered includes, but not limited to, the following. First, adjustment with the existing social dynamics as to culture, norms, existing systems and practices, because sometimes our definition of development is different from the community's definition of development. Second, how to harmonize conflict of interest between the existing structures in the community, specifically the indigenous political structure and the local government institution. Third, how to ensure the full participation of different sectors, including those marginalized and vulnerable groups, in the program implementation. However, to facilitate the program implementation despite of those difficulties encountered, we utilized the so-called immersion to be familiar and knowledgeable in the community's dynamic, and to of course know the connectors and dividers in the implementation of the program. Connectors meaning those people who can help in the attainment of the program objective, program goals, and those dividers who would hinder the attainment of the purpose of the program.
So as a social worker, hindi na siya lang game, labi na no pagbaguhan pa ka, but if makita nila no nga naa dito kasing-kasing sinong pagpanarbaho no tabangan gud kanila ug ikaw po tabangan pud nimo sila. So isa siguro sa akong kalisdanan as a social worker sa field is ang pag-study jud sa ilahang customary law. Kaya naa jud sila mga costumbre no na dili jud dapat nato buhaton, kay naa jud possibility no na dili na kanila tabangan or malain na sila sa imuha kay imuhang wala nimo gi-abide ang ilahang laws. Siguro ang pagtrabaho kauban ng community no makasatisfy jud hilabi na pag makita nila no na kay commitment, na kay passion na mutabang sa ilaha. Makalipay siya hilabi na pag makita nimo no na malipay ko lang imuhang ginaserbisyohan. Salamat.
We always make sure that the IP communities are involved in the process, especially panahon sa ato ang mga consultation. We always make sure that they are part of the decision-making process. They are part of the implementation process. So, sa tanan ng mga ang atong pagabuhaton, mga steps, mga proseso, we always make sure to tap them. They are not just our beneficiaries, but they are also our partners, and they play a very vital role in making the implementation successful.
Okay, the last question is, how did the program benefited the IP or the ICCs? So for me, aside from providing them resources and funds to be used to their proposed community project, the objective of the program is to inject and transfer the knowledge and technology. So sa anong paraan? Paano? Ang programa may estratehiya or approach na ginagawa namin. Tinatawag namin itong community-driven development approach, wherein the local communities are involved in decision-making, planning, project implementation, completion, and up to monitoring. The formula of this community-driven development approach is the community has a control over resources and control over decision. That is a community-driven development approach. So, alam nyo, nagpa-facilitate kami ng isang proyekto. Pero sa likod niyan, yung proyekto is only, ano bang tawag nito? Yung parang, it's a front or isang pain. Ang programa, ginagamit ang community project para makuha natin ang partisipasyon at maturuan natin sila kung paano ang tamang proseso sa pagpapatakbo ng isang proyekto, because the main objective of the program is to make the IP communities empowered, well-versed to local decision making, implementing projects, and will also create leaders. My point here is community projects are indirect benefits for them. The direct or the long-term benefits are knowledge, empowerment, and improved local governance.
Program really benefited a lot the IP communities. They have now the idea that they have a role in communities decision making. Unlike before, kasi when I first entered the Barangay Tribal Council, first impression is that they say, meron pala kaming role sa pagpili ng project. Akala kasi namin that we will only be given directly, not ask kung ito ba talaga yung gusto namin. So, it was heartwarming na at least they now have the idea that in the community, they have roles to play. They have, though they are not that equipped yet, no, they are really not equipped that yet. But through government interventions, through education, kung maganda sana is continue yung program na IPCDD, kasi it's like it's every year they are gaining another milestone in understanding the different roles they play in society, in the community. The program empowered the IPs, the ICCs, by giving them voice, by giving them the sense of identity, the sense of role. They are now learning. They are now grasping the idea that they do have some voice, they do have voices in the community's improvement.
The program empowered the IP communities through their engagement in all the stages of the program implementation, and of course through the trainings conducted by the program implementer. There were also series of consultation allowing communities to analyze their situation and identify intervention to address these needs.
For me, to better serve the IP communities, we have to make sure to involve them on whatever decisions we have, consultations, and plans. In this way, we can able to give them the sub-projects that they really need and that can be benefited by everyone in the community. And lastly, let's recognize their conservation measures.
Maganda yung programa na pamana IPCDD. Ang question lang doon is paano ba i-implement yung execution, no? Ayaw kong magsabi kung successful ba ang naging implementasyon ng Region 11. But isa lang ang masasabi ko po. Ang implementasyon ang execution ng Region 11 ng Kalahis Pamana IPCDD is at par. No, at par yun siya. Sa standard na gusto ng ating national government, especially yung sa ating funder na OPAP. At yan ay galing po talaga doon sa ating head din po ng OPAP natin dito sa region, dito sa Mindanao cluster. So, ayaw ko nang magsalita sa ibang region, but again, doon lamang. Ito lamang sa Region 11. At par po tayo sa standards and sa guidelines po na ibinigay ng ating national government. So, I think that's all. And thank you sa pag-invite, Miss Diana. And also sa nakikinig po nito. And good afternoon po sa lahat. Madayaw.
So, that's it. Maraming salamat. Daghan kayong salamat. Bong salamat. Thank you.